Hey everyone, it's time to take a look at another early Spectrum game, Firehawks, published by Post Unlimited in 1984. And check out the cover and ad artwork for this one. Looks really amazing. Just happened to stumble across it in a magazine recently and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this one out. Not sure why the eagle has stink lines though. Maybe he hasn't showered for a bit. It's sweaty business being a Phoenix clone, because that's what I think this game is going to be. And the game was created by David Hoskins and Clive Davis. And I also believe that David Hoskins made the BBC Micro version of this one. And Hoskins seems to have worked on a couple of other 8-bit games in the 80s, but I don't think he did any other Spectrum games, but he made a couple of Commodore 64 games and BBC Micro games, and I think eventually went on to work with GameCube and Xbox games in the 90s and 2000s, whereas Clive Davis seems to only have ever worked on one game. I haven't really been able to find any information about this guy. And also interesting to note that the publisher, Post Unlimited, which was active I think between 82 and 84, they didn't publish many games, but they did publish a couple of Mike Singleton's early games, like Shadowfax and Snake Pit, and I think another one which name currently eludes me. So without further ado, let's just find out why the eagle is so stinky, shall we? And this game is a 16K game, and it loaded in about a minute, which is pretty damn fast. Of course, there wasn't a loading screen, so yeah, if there had been a loading screen, that might have taken longer to load than the actual game. And this game is written in mostly BASIC, which yeah, doesn't bring much hope, but let's check it out and cross our fingers. Your mission is to guard the electron field, stopping the Hawks, passing it, and turning into the Phoenix. Oh yes, they even used the word Phoenix. This has to be a Phoenix clone, right? Press any key, check out the controls, and yeah, this is definitely a basic game. Your ship is at the bottom of the screen. The markers either side show the start of the electron field. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just press. Oh, all right, let's go with the first wave and speed maybe 7. Oh dear God. Yeah, we've got continuous sound effects. You know, the best kind, the Spectrum BP40 kind. Okay. Maybe I should slow it down a bit. And that Phoenix doesn't look right. I'm not sure if something went wrong with the loading. I had some problems getting this thing to load, so maybe something is corrupt. I don't know, but let's try again. That was a bit short. Let's go starting wave 1 and speed maybe... yeah, let's do 4. Oh, it looks different now. So this is... holy Jesus. This is kind of like Phoenix in a sense, and yet, again, it is not. I'm not sure what is going on here. The sound effects are truly horrific, and the enemies behave in a pretty weird fashion. They just hang about and then all of a sudden they dive bomb the shit out of my face here. Oh yeah, it says so right there. 1 is fastest and 15 is slowest. Duh! Well, let's go with 12 then. Sorry about that, I wasn't paying attention. So, we can shoot the wings of these birds, I presume. Only kind of changes the color of their wings. I don't know what's it supposed to do, but we need to shoot them in the beak, of course. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know if I should blast these things, should I? No, please move. Oh yeah, the controls, the responsiveness of the controls, I should say, aren't amazeballs really. But it runs, I suppose, fairly decently well. No, oh god. See the speed at which my base moves? It's pretty insane. At first you don't get any response from the controls at all when you want to move left or right, and then all of a sudden he just moves at the speed of light. Pretty much. And why? Yeah, die. And am I supposed to destroy these? Is it electron fields, maybe? Oh, please, what? Stop just dive bombing me. It's really annoying. But yeah, the game runs, I mean, decently well, I suppose. For what I believe is mostly A game mostly written in BASIC. Yeah, is this fun? I'm not sure. It's just kind of a bit weird, honestly. I don't know. What is going on? Please don't land, you piece of garbage. An even better score. We have to do this again, and maybe we should do the slowest because I feel. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. Well, never mind. Let's do starting wave 15 and let's do speed 15 because, yeah. Well, it runs better than I thought because when I realized that the majority of the game was written in BASIC, I suspected it would suck quite powerfully. Which, I mean, performance-wise. Gameplay-wise, I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to think of this. Maybe I would have enjoyed this as a kid, but even then, I think I would definitely have preferred... What's that other... There's another Phoenix clone on the Spectrum. I can't remember what it's called. Probably something involving Bird of Fire, something Phoenix thingy. Don't remember. But that one was pretty good fun. Certainly more fun than this one. Much more faithful to the arcade, of course. But this one isn't really trying. Would you stop doing that? Why are you being... Alright. This one isn't really trying to be Phoenix, I think. It's trying to be something else. Gotcha! And why are only some of the birds moving? And the sound effects are really, really trying their best to, to just diminish my will to live. Alright, I'm just trying speed 1, which is quite impressive. Wow, they are really moving about this time, aren't they? But, oh god, and the controls are really fighting me here. I'm not fighting eagles, I'm fighting the keyboard. What is happening here? Why am I doing this to myself? They're just hanging around. I mean, are they trying to confuse me or something? They are doing a pretty good job of that. Could you... Oh my god, look at that dive-bombing prick. It's interesting to see that when I fire, the game just pauses, basically. Oh, you sneaky, flying, meat-eating bunch of absolute useless cannon fodder. And how am I supposed to know that that particular bird is so keen on landing that he will just dive-bomb the ground? And maybe I shouldn't be blasting my, electron field, or fields. Maybe I should just let these birds try and solve the maze here. But they just kind of wobble back and forth, or just sit there doing nothing. I am rather glad that they didn't add music to this one during gameplay, because I think that would have been a rather horrific experience. And here we are, by the way. We can deal with you, maybe, if the controls let me. Let's just murder all of them. I don't know what happens when I get all of the birds. Maybe something incredibly amazing. Like I get to meet and face the Phoenix. Gee, did you see that? What is... And I swear I barely touched the controls and my base just goes flying. I'm gonna try and exterminate these birds as quickly as possible. Maybe something interesting happens. Because I think there's supposed to be a boss... Okay, yeah, maybe I can't just leave my electron field open like that. It kind of starts to make a little bit of sense, I suppose, but I still don't get why they sometimes will just hang around for about 4 years and then other times they will just immediately jump my base and do horrible things to it. Please, controls, I beg of you, just let me control this game with some sort of precision. That's all I want from you. These birds, they really look like vultures, don't they? Certainly don't look like soaring eagles. Oh, hello, I think I did something. I think I got to the next level. But I think it's quite debatable if this game is actually fun. Or indeed would have been fun back in the day. It feels rather limited. Ah, these birds. I just never seem to run out of birds here, and there's even more coming. And then all of a sudden it's just boom! Next level for no good reason. I don't know, is it my score that determines when I go to the next stage, or is it just when the game feels like it? Maybe it's when there's too many of these flying fiends around that one of them is just gonna decide to dive bomb me, and please move to the left, and here's another stage. Yeah, this is pretty much poo, isn't it? It's definitely not the game I would bring with me to a deserted island and play. So yeah, let's just keep fighting for a bit and see if something interesting happens. Oh yeah, something interesting did happen. Game over, and the rise of the pixelated phoenix from beyond hell. You know what? I think I've had enough. No more Firehawks for me. Let's check out a review before we terminate this one forever. Let's see if we can break into this one. Yeah, we can! Break into program. Interesting. Let's see what we have. Okay. Right. Lots of basic. And there's some machine code being loaded at the end here. Interesting. Anyway, let's check out that review. And the only review I could find was in Crash, and they gave the game an overall of 51%, which actually might be a little bit too much, but let's see what they said. The title promises excitement, but the game simply does not live up to it. When you come down to it, very little happens, and speeding very little up just makes a very fast very little. It's also very expensive for what you get. Yeah, they wanted £6.95 for this one. For that kind of money, I would at least have expected a horrible loading screen to accompany this mess. And also that animated phoenix, that was really annoying. I don't think you could skip that bit, so every time you died you had to watch that pixelated mess waste your time. Yeah, let's never load this one up again. And with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!